Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Gonna have a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video, we are going to be going over this Punisher Kami hover and basically go over the fact that these things are now back into the meta in crossout. It's kind of funny actually, these things have appeared back in over the last, since you have started the event where you can make new relics, or not the new relics, where you can make relics for cheaper cost. Was it like a week and a half ago? Basically, ever since then, Punisher Kami hovers have come back into the game quite a bit, and the reason for that is basically just because of all of the firebugs in the game at the moment. It's just natural because you can craft new relics. The firebugs are pretty much one of the easier relics in the games to use when they're unfused. You don't really need to fuse firebugs, for honest. They don't rely on like a projectile speed fusion like Mastodons or Typhoons or Scorpions do. So you can have base firebugs, and that is just plenty. Basically meaning that there are now a lot of firebugs in the game, especially firebug flashes. My clan, it's included, runs quite a lot of firebug flash builds just because they're fantastic against everything, especially on widgets. If you run them on widgets, they have the power to chase down hovers and cars, and then if you go up against something heavier like an ML or a meat grinder, you can just raise the widgets and get a bunch of damage resist, and it's a very powerful build. Now in response to that, Punisher Kami hovers have come back into the game basically to try and deal with the firebugs. General idea is that with this build in particular, you've got the cabin at the front to like take up most of the damage and keep most of your components nice and safe. You've got a very light cabin with a lot of power, and you pair it with a Colossus and a Jockey, basically just to keep your build as maneuverable and powerful as possible to just outmaneuver the firebugs and deal a lot of damage with the Punishers. The Punishers Punny Hovers these days are pretty good. I've been running in the garage. It feels really solid. Obviously, it's not as good as it used to be since the Punishers lost their hit scan. It's a lot harder now to like land on very specific targets. Like say if you shoot at the Scorpion's weapons, a lot harder to hit those guns now. But against firebugs, you don't really need the accuracy. You're just firing at a general area anyway. You need to chew for their roof, and then you need to chew for their weapons. The weapons are usually just going to be in line next to each other, so you don't like the lack of accuracy from losing the Punisher's hit scan isn't really a factor into it. And they seem really solid, to be honest. Punishers are, well, they've always been the best machine gun in the game just because of the damage they deal. They deal a lot of damage, especially these days. And they feel really fun to play. This build, I had a choice on what to run. You can run quite a few different combinations of Punishers. I kind of just went for this one, mostly because it's got a Kami at the front. So like I said, it keeps all of the components of the build, the modules and whatnot, nice and safe. And this has got a Jackie and a Colossus, basically meaning we have as much power as possible. The only downside is that we don't have the Yeti. So a Punisher like this is going to be much better against firebugs because you don't need a cloak against the firebugs. They're going to find you anyway, and it's going to be weaker against hovers, obviously, because we don't have the cloak. But I figured it would still be really well, and we've got the Aegis to fall back on. So if a firebug does attack us, we've got the Kami perk. The Kami perk is really useful against bugs just because it negates all effects, essentially. So the heat in from the firebug does not come into play when you have the Kami perk active. It'll still do damage, but it won't actually heat. So it's basically like half damage. And more importantly, because of all the firebug flash builds in the game, the flash will not work for 6 seconds either, so you don't get mitigated in terms of power, which is really nice. So we're going to run this in the usual 6 or 7 games now with PvP. Hopefully we go up against a bunch of firebugs. We probably will, because like I said, there are a hell of a lot of firebugs in the game the past week or two, just because of this event, and I hope you all enjoy. Right, come on in, Honey Hover, let's see what you got. Sorry, mate. I really should have took off the shoot-throughs at the back that were attached to the inflatable mammoths, but screw it. Now, there were quite a few Punny Hovers on the exit to choose from. I basically chose this just because it's got the Jackie on the cabin, which means it moves very nice. So it's like, screw it. Sorry, mate. Dog behind. Oh, crap. Oh my god, there's many of them. Jump that dog. Get out of here. I'm trying to shoot his guns, basically. Oh, it's guns area, I should say. Should have just capped him, actually, now I think about it. There's a dog down here. I want to kill him, get my teammates. Okay, he's done. Lovely. Okay, sorted. What are you? That was painful. I'm surprised I didn't lose a gun. I don't have a Doppler. Seems he does, though. I lost my radiator. He is up top. Cool. Where's he at? Come here, sir. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're done. Nice, good job, guys. Yep, first game went pretty well. Whew. I cannot remember the last time I used a Kami cabin. It has been gathering dust in my inventory for probably a couple of years at this point. I mean, it's not a bad cabin, to be honest. It's great against bugs and stuff. It's just, you know, Griffin's better, to be honest. You keep off the map. And if you charge his stuff, though, you know. Team's starting to get a little bit nervous. Could you push up a bit? No, I don't have a cloak at the end of the day. I'll push this guy down here then. Hopefully my hovers are too busy with their bugs. Nice, thank you. With our bugs, I should say. That was so delayed. Team, do something about that pole, please. I'll shoot low on him. Nice, good job, Adrius. You will just waste my teammate? No, okay. Oh, you're gonna lose that gun, man. Yep, there he goes. There goes one. Alright, I'll push this guy now. Nice, he's lost one also. Whew, okay. Sorted. Yeah, these things feel really good. Yeah, Punishers on a hover. Well, Punishers in general, to be honest, they feel a lot more balanced without the hit scan. Like, it's not impossible to land shots, as you can see, but it's a lot more difficult. Punny hovers back in the day when they had hit scan were some of the most brutal builds to fight in the game. They were disgusting at times. Like, I remember fighting punny hovers back when it was like split builds and spaced armor was acting. There's a guy behind me in it, yep. How's things, lads? I was like, that's an engine noise behind me. Radio. Whew. I was nervous, but fun. Nice, he's done. He's got a poke in his back though, by the looks of it. Yes, we are all deciding to push this guy. That was a Catalina, I think. No, 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 no. No, 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 mate. Okay, I don't need to push you. I just want to kill your teammate, to be honest. Where is he? Oh, he's where? Nice. Yeah, these things feel grip. Oh, right, let's go. Yeah, I gotta say, it's probably one of the few times I've ever actually enjoyed running a punny hover. Feels really solid. The Kami is really hard to get a hold of. How the hell? My teammate just scooted past him, but look at that. There he is. Okay, he's very dead. Get him out of the way quickly. Not quickly enough though. I don't know what guns this thing has. Okay, stripped. There's a guy in church. Saw him on a map briefly. Here he is, hello. Yeah, feels really good. Right, a few more then. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing how bad blue hovers are, by the way. Because I was running this build on blue hovers and they just don't really hold a candle to reds in most situations. They just don't have the tonnage, you know? And they have really terrible Dura as well. Okay. Are the rest of them hoppers or bugs? It's pretty much all there is in PvP these days. Hovers. They are hovers. Oh god, there's a funny dog. Is that like a split? Interesting choice there, Doc. Sorted. Where's the other? Okay. Like one gun and a car. No, one hover and a carbon, sorry. Nice. Thank you. Good job, guys. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm really glad I decided to run this today. The build feels really good, especially when you've got, like, teammate builds to run interference for you. Like, if you got your own firebugs or stuff like that. Because at that point, you're just mobile DPS. Team, are we gonna go in? Apparently not. I'll just do some decloaking then. Right, now we should push out. They have overextended. Like, go, 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 go. Okay. There's a dog behind me. Acid. Okay, that was terrifying. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Yeah, as you can see, unless the bugs have a flash, really hard for them to actually catch you on a thing like this. Even with a flash, to be honest, with a Kami perk, it's not the easiest thing in the world. What's this guy fighting then? It looks like he's doing fine. Is this guy like stripped but running away anyway? Maybe. Yeah, I gotta say, this thing, really good. Punny Havers these days is really good. If you have Punishers and you're like, how do I say this? Having difficulty with all the firebugs in the game at the moment, I honestly think this is probably the best bet. Either this or like a Mars Myriad is what our clan runs. Both should do well. Oh, okay. This guy's having a tough one. I'll just carve him in since his cab's at the front. Sorted. Is that a breaker? Ow. Thank you. Oh man, I honestly can't remember the last time I played against breakers. Probably for good reason. Let's see if we can actually, like, you know. Devs, you need to buff breakers. They have been useless for a couple of, well, maybe a year, maybe more. I don't know, ages. They're just pathetic. What are you? Okay. I thought he might have been a pork for like a second. I don't know why. Drop the... Come on, bridge, fall. Took you long enough. Give me a gun. Oh, you already lost it. Sorry. Oh, no, it's just a bot left. Okay, cool. I'm surprised that side shot from the Masto didn't pop us, to be honest. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Right, that is it for the Punisher Kami. Have I gotta say, I really like this thing up against the Firebug. Really like having the Kami at the front, and I really like using the Kami for a change. Like I said, I haven't touched this carbon. I don't think most people have touched this carbon for like a year or so, to be honest. It's been very much out of the meta. So anything to bring like old carbons back into the meta is really good in my opinion. And it's just a really solid build against the bugs. It's really hard to catch. Even for like, if you're going up against like a triple bug, for example, it is very difficult for that firebug to catch you. But even up against a firebug flash, you can still use terrain and use like the hills and whatnot and the bumps and the gradients to escape from that firebug. So if you're having trouble with firebugs and crosser and you have punishers, I would very much recommend trying them on a Pani Havakami, just because it seems like a very reliable answer. Even if a bug catches you in the sight, it usually with the Kami perk and whatnot, you have the power to get off of him at least once before you're completely screwed. So thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you for tomorrow's.